Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Class 8 students, formal letter writing is our topic today, and I'm Mrs. Kausar Imran, your English teacher. We live in a world of technology backed communication. Yes, nowadays, as we are studying online also, right now everything is technology backed. Emails, texts, etc. are our more preferred mode of communication. Right now, instead of writing letters, we would prefer to send an email. Even better than that, it's the instant messages through WhatsApp or any other way would be more preferable. However, letters still have a major use and importance in our society. Yes, we do have letters and postal services everywhere because they are still very important. Especially formal letters written to authorities or professional contacts. Just like suppose you are on leave, you want to take some leave, you want to go to some village or anywhere, you are going to write a letter to me, okay, or maybe your class teacher, or maybe the principal. Without permission, without sending this formal letter, you cannot go on your leave on your own, okay. Just sending a text message will not be enough. So because they generally stay on record whatever we are having, that definitely we are going to keep the record of all the applications or formal letters, and that is why they are very important. Let us learn the correct format and language of the formal letter. Let's see how important and what kind of language we are going to use. Formal letter. A formal letter is one written in the formal and ceremonious language. This means very much formal language we are going to use, very much highlighted, very much courtesied kind of language we are going to use. And a certain format will definitely be followed. You cannot just put the pen on the paper and start writing whatever comes to your mind. You cannot do that in a formal letter. Some letters are written for official purpose to authority. Okay? Colleagues, seniors, etc. These letters are usually written to officials. Official purpose means office work, to some authorities, colleagues, or maybe seniors, and not to personal contact, family, or friends. It will not be written to your friend. If you are writing to your friend, that will not be a formal letter. So let's take a look at a sample format of the formal letter. The format of a formal letter. As we said earlier, a formal letter must follow certain rules. Such format helps in relaying the information, showing the information in a professional way. Definitely, if the format is followed, then whatever the required information is there, we are definitely going to follow. Otherwise, we may miss some of the important information. It must be remembered that there are various such formats for formal letters. Now, there is no just you can say one kind of format is there. There are many formats, and maybe one or two we are going to discuss here. Some people follow some different kind of format, some people follow some different kind of format, so there are many. The one explained here is normally the one most commonly used for formal communication these days. Okay, now we are discussing here many things. Number one is sender's address. What is the sender address? Who is sender? Sender is the person who is writing the letter, who is sending the letter. Okay, so the sender's address is usually put at the top right hand corner of the page. Some people write it at the right hand corner of the page. Some people write it at the left side of the page. The address should be complete and accurate. The address of the sender must be complete and accurate. In case the recipient of the letter wishes to get in touch with the sender for further communication. Suppose if I am writing a letter to you, okay, now I will be the sender and you will be the recipient. So I am writing the letter to you and my address must be accurate and clear. So if in case you want to write me back, then that address will be helpful. Okay, understood? Number 2 is date. Sender's address is followed by the date. Just below it, after writing the sender's address, you are going to write the date. And this is definitely on the right hand side of the page. This is the date on which the letter is being written. It is important in formal letters as they are often kept on record. Now the point is, why do we write the date? Suppose you are writing a letter to me that you want a leave for the next week. Okay, you are writing the letter that from the next week, from Monday to Friday, you will not be able to attend the school. Okay, and when are you writing? Today. So today's date, it must be there. Otherwise, what can be done if I'm keeping it in record? Then you will be saying that I gave the application before leaving. But if the date is not written, I will not be sure. I may say then no, you have given it afterwards, and definitely we may have a little bit discussion on it and arguments on it. So it's better to be on the facts. Number 3 is the receiver's address. Who is going to receive the letter? Okay, so after leaving some space, we print the receiving address on the left side of the page. Whether to write to, you need to write to above the address. It depends on writer's preference. You want to write to? Okay. I don't want to write to? No problem at all. It's up to the writer. Who wants to write to? The word to will be fine. Then make sure you write the official title, name and position, etc. of the receiver as the first line of the address. Suppose you are writing the letter to me. So you are going to write my name, Mrs. Kausar Imran, and then definitely after that you will be writing the title or the position or the designation of mine. Okay, that is section head, and after that the school name, Gulaman Abbas School. Okay. After that the greetings will be there. This is where you greet the person you are addressing the letter to. Okay. Now you have to bear in mind that this is a formal letter, so the greeting must be respectful and not too personal. You will not be getting too personal. You will be writing the letter so to some authority maybe. So when you are writing, it should be proper and the greeting must be proper also. Like the general greeting used in formal letter are sir or madam. Now if you know the name of the person, suppose you know the name of the person like me, so you are going to write the salutation, maybe also be Mr. XYZ or Miss ABC whatsoever. Now you remember, you cannot address them only by their first name. It must be the full name or only their last name. For example, first name will not be there. You cannot write Miss Kausar only. You will need to write, you are needing to write the whole name, either the whole name or just the last name, Mrs. Imran, okay, or Mrs. Kausar Imran. You cannot write Miss Kausar. Okay, this is found a little bit disrespectful when you call person's name like that. Okay. Now the content. Number 5, subject. After the salutation and greeting, Mr. and Miss or Sir or whatsoever, Madam, comes the subject of the letter. In the center of the line, you write subject followed by colon. Subject, colon, subject, subject, and then colon. Colon is a sign like this. Okay? Colon. And then we sum up the purpose of the writing of the letter in one line. Why you are writing the letter? You just write down it in one line. Suppose you want to take a leave for 1 week, so application for the leave of 1 week, that will be the subject. Okay, it helps the receiver, whoever is going to receive, will focus on the subject of the letter in one glance. Just in one glance, just in one look, the person who's receiving the letter will understand why this letter is written. What is the purpose of writing this letter? Okay, then we don't need to read 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4 paragraphs. We just look at the subject and we'll find out why this letter is written. Basically, it helps in all the people from the authority. Suppose you are writing to the authority of K Electric, then K Electric authoritative person will see that what is the matter. Maybe you are talking about some higher amount asked by the K Electric in your bill, extra amount is being charged whatsoever, or maybe you are questioning about the date and times of the load shedding schedule. So whatever is written in the subject, the person will know in a glance that what is the purpose of writing this letter and why this letter is sent to him. Okay, now after that, the body of the letter. This is the main content of the letter. It is either divided into 3 paragraphs or 2 paragraphs. If the letter is shorter, then 2 paragraphs. If the letter is a little bit bigger, then 3 paragraphs. The purpose of writing the letter should be made clear in the first paragraph itself. First paragraph must be very clear on the topic. When you start writing, you will be clearly writing the purpose of the letter in the first paragraph. Okay? The tone of the content should be formal. Definitely, you are not going to talk just like as your friend talks to you or you talk to your friend. Okay? Do not use any flowery language. What do you mean by flowery language? Flowery, decorative. Okay? In formal letter, you avoid using decorative kind of language. Now, what is decorating? Decorative kind of language means too many idioms and proverbs, too many rhetorical words or sentences will not be used. Alright? You will write simple but formal. Another point to keep in mind is that letters should be concise and to the point, means short and to the point. Okay? And always be respectful and considerate in your language, no matter the subject of your letter. Whatever the subject of the letter, whatever your matter of the mindset is, maybe you are too angry to talk about the higher amount of the bill charged against you, or maybe any other reason. So however angry you are not going to use bad sort of language in these formal letters. Okay? Always be respectful. Then comes the closing of the letter. At the end of your letter, we write a complimentary closing. What is a complimentary closing? The words yours faithfully. Now you will see Y is capital and S is there with small, and you are not putting some comma here, apostrophe here, or yours sincerely. This can be written, printed or written at the right side of the paper. Generally we use the later. Later means the thing that is discussed afterwards, that yours sincerely, if the writer knows the name of the person. If you don't know the name of the person, suppose you are just writing dear ma'am or respectful ma'am or sir, then you use prefer yours faithfully. But if you know the name, then you write yours sincerely. Okay? There's a big difference here. Signature. Then comes the signature. Here, finally, you sign your name and then write your name in block letter. What is block letter? Block letter means capital letters. Because sometimes when we are writing in cursive handwriting, people sometimes get confused. What could be the actual or correct word? What could be the complete word? Okay, so they may get confused with S or R or O or A, that sort of thing. So it's better to write in block letter. This is how the recipient will know who is sending the letter. I end my lecture today here. I hope you have understood the format of the formal letter. Next, we are going to discuss some of the example, inshallah. Allah Hafiz.